Today we'll be making egg salad, but without eggs. This is one of those super simple, easy recipes that you can throw together at the last minute. Almost every ingredient here is something you probably will be keeping in your refrigerator or in your cabinet anyway. I like it when I know somebody's going to be coming over if I don't have enough time to put together something elaborate. This is a great, tasty little dish in a pinch. So the main ingredient in this recipe is tofu. It's my favorite chameleon. I can dress it up in a million different ways and it never looks the same. So I'm using right now, this is a medium firm tofu. It's nice because it's not so soft that it's going to just turn into mush, but it's not too firm where I can break it up and get it into the consistency I want it to be, very similar to basically chopped up hard-boiled eggs, which is what most people make egg salad from. I just use a fork. I'm using this is kind of like a serving fork. It's got wide tines on it, and it makes it really easy to just break this up. As with all tofu, you're going to want to drain it really, really well before you use it. It's always packaged in water, particularly with this soft tofu or this medium tofu. It has a little bit more water than usual, and if you don't drain it out, you're going to end up with watery egg salad, and we don't want that. I'm using one package, which is typically about 1 pound, 16 ounces of medium tofu. Okay, so the next ingredient I'm going to add is I have already gone ahead and diced up 3 stalks of celery. And you want everything to be kind of in small pieces. You don't want large chunks, so I've got it diced up fairly fine. And I'm going to add that to my tofu. I'm also going to add 3 tablespoons of either dill pickle relish or finely diced dill pickle. And I had dill pickle, I didn't have relish on hand, so I just chopped up some dill pickle nice and fine. Next I'm going to add some fresh dill, and this is 1 tablespoon of finely minced fresh dill. Dill just adds that extra zing to the flavor of the egg salad. I love it. I always suggest, if you can, keep on hand some living herbs. Dill is a good one. Usually you can get it year-round. I just keep it on my kitchen counter with a little bit of water, and I'm able to use it usually for about a week to 2 weeks. I do the same thing with basil, rosemary. It's really nice to have fresh herbs on hand. So I'm adding my fresh dill to all of this. And now I'm going to give this a little bit of a stir. I just want to mix up the ingredients. So now we're ready for the second half of our eggless egg salad, and it's just as easy as the first half. We're going to start with 1/3 cup of vegan mayo. And there are a lot of very good vegan mayos on the market now. Just about every store carries them. I don't know if I've ever had a problem finding an eggless mayonnaise in a store. To that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of mustard. I'm just using good old yellow mustard. It adds a nice flavor. It also helps enhance the color a little bit of the egg salad. And next we're going to add one of the key ingredients, which is Himalayan black salt, not to be confused with Himalayan pink salt. Himalayan black salt has a unique asset, which is sulfur. It has naturally occurring sulfur in the salt itself, which gives any food you add it to an eggy flavor. So it's perfect for eggless egg salad. And so that was 1/2 teaspoon of Himalayan black salt, also known as Kala Namak. Black salt sometimes is a little bit of a challenge to find in stores, and so I buy mine online. I've found it. There's actually several different brands on Amazon that you can order it from. Our next ingredient is turmeric. It's 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. It adds flavor, but it also, more importantly, adds that nice yellow color we want. I'm also going to add 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. I'm not going to put all of it in there. I'm going to add most of it. I'm going to reserve a little to sprinkle over the top of the egg salad once it's done. And while I know that smoked paprika is very popular these days, I suggest using sweet paprika. Smoked paprika can kind of give a fairly strong flavor, and I don't think you want to overwhelm the flavor of the egg salad. And then finally, we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Just mix all that together. Okay, so the dressing's all done, and let's just add it to the tofu. It's quite remarkable how eggy this smells. And when you do taste it, you're going to be, I think, astonished at how much it tastes like egg salad. All right, so now I'm just going to mix all that together. Okay, so just like that, our eggless egg salad is done. So let's go ahead and plate it. Now I like to serve it, if I'm doing this for guests and not just for myself, I'll usually have a variety of different things that they can have with it. I'll slice cucumbers or get some little thin baguettes. Sometimes I'll toast them and have little baguette toast. So there's our salad. Here's our leftover paprika. Put a little bit on a slice of cucumber. So good. I hope my mic's not picking up all the crunching from that really crispy celery and the cucumber. So this is one of those great recipes you can prepare any time of the year. But right now we're rapidly approaching spring. It's just a couple weeks away. And so I was inspired to bring out my bunny plates and imagine this as a nice little item on a buffet table for Easter. In fact, when I was a kid, I remember we used to hard-boil eggs at Easter time, and then we would hunt for the eggs out in the yard. And then years later, of course, people transitioned over to plastic eggs filled with chocolate. But Mom always had to figure out something to do with all those leftover hard-boiled eggs. And so egg salad was definitely one of those dishes that was easy to do. And to me, this is very nostalgic, reminds me of those times when I was a kid. But again, I think it tastes even that much better. So thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, share with your friends. It's so good.